Hello and welcome back to Project Ozone 3 Mythic mode. We're in episode 2 and as you can see I have not fixed this yet. It's a water trap that supposedly catches fish with fish bait and everything. I think you need like maybe 2 water all the way around it instead of just 1 water all the way around it. And I might put that up on top of there. Oh, don't look over there yet. What I've been doing is quite a bit. I did it off camera, and then I'll explain it, what I've done. And there's the slimes jumping to. I wonder how many slimes have died. So many. I've extended this out. I extended that out all the way out. I moved everything over, and it's a lot cleaner look here now. And I'll continue to make it nicer as we go along. Um, I've moved the sieving area into there, and I'll show you that in a moment. I extended this out really, really far, and I'm in the process of replacing these with glowstone. And the glowstone is kind of interesting how you make that. I'll bring up the recipe how to do that. You just left click here and it moves this whole pattern over. And I click on that. What it does is to get the glowstone, to get these glowstone dust. Let's find out. Not that one. Not the fluid transform. I'm going to find it, I promise you. It's the sieving. Come on. Well, we sieve dust. Recipe. That's it. I pushed the usage. There we go. So to get these glowstone dust, which are important to get, and these, you take the dust from the hammering down the sand, and if you use a iron mesh, you have a 6% chance. If you use the diamond mesh, you get a 12% chance to drop each per dust. So I've got quite a few of those already, and we're going to make one of these glowstones. Pretty easy to do. A glowstone like that out of the dust. And what I do is we'll come over here and we'll pick this thing up. Don't look in there yet. Don't look. And what I'm going to do is pop that. I break it. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff down below there. It's not good. So let's go ahead and grab some of these just to fill in down below. And I use that quark thing that allows me to place stuff underneath. And I've been doing that overall. Once I get flight, I'll fly down below, and I'll make that little level, that second layer, so that there's not holes in the ground whenever I do that. And if we place this here, it lights everything up, and then you don't have these torches around. So that's what I'm kind of going that route. And I'll just slowly replace those. So let's take a look around. We had the beginnings of this. We were just starting these, and that's a crucible. And I'll bring that up like this. Crucible. And you need these to make lava. So let's take a look. What's the recipe for that? The porcelain, the unfired porcelain, which is the clay and the bone meal. We know how to get that. We've done a lot of that before. And I made this, fired them up in the furnaces, and then you get a crucible. And then what you do is you put cobblestone in here, and it melts down. If you put a torch underneath it, it gives it some heat and turns into lava. I did that, and I had a bunch of lava, and it was nice. And then I put lava underneath, so it's 3 times faster. So I put lava underneath there. No problem. So now I had a whole bunch of these things filled with 4 buckets of lava each. And I said, you know what? I really want to start automating everything. So that's what I've done. I started automating all the different processes. So let's take a look how we do that. Put it right here. These items are all about fluid ducts and hardened fluid ducts. And we'll put that up there. So there's quite a bit to go over, and I'll explain why I went the route I did. Okay. If I hold shift, these are fluid ducts. They can move water around, but if you put any lava in them, they'll explode. Not good. So I had to make these hardened ones. The recipe for these are pretty easy. Just glass and copper. The recipe for these are harder. Invar and lead. Lead was easy, but Invar is a little bit tricky. You actually have to, let's find out right here. You have to make this Invar blend, which is 2 iron and nickel. So what I did was, I made this item right here, a quartz grindstone. Let's see if we could pick this up, I suppose. Why not? We'll put this up here, this up here. So you're going to definitely need a quartz grindstone. Pretty easy to make. We were getting quartz. It was just rock, a wooden thing, a wooden gear, and we were set. And then you make a crank as well. The crank is easy to make, just like that with some sticks. And what you do is pop that down, shift right click on top, and then I don't think you can do this. Let's find out. It's doing something. What I normally do is there, and then I get some pulverized iron, and I get 2 of those and a nickel. I do the nickel like that as well. And you can put the regular, you don't have to put the ingots in there, you can put the ore in there directly. So, and then I made the Invar blend, and then you cook them up and you've got your Invar. And that's how I made these. Perfect. So now I've got the fluid ducts. I'm going to go grab this tool right here. I needed this as well. It's a crescent hammer. It's like the wrench for thermal. These are all thermodynamics, thermal foundation stuff. Then I needed a servo, and the servo is the thing that allows you to extract stuff, filter things on your pipes that are when you're moving things around. So here we go. Let's find out the recipe on that. An iron ingot, that's just an iron. You put it there and you get 9 nuggets out of it. And regular iron, redstone, we know how to get all that. We've done that through sifting, and some glass. You just put the sand in the furnace. No problems. Now the hardened one is just a regular servo with an Invar ingot, and you get a hardened one. That increases the rate, the extraction rate, to by 75% versus 50%. It does a higher stack size, and maybe something else, but it's worth it to do it. It's needed to do it sometimes. So I had all these pipes, these hardened pipes. I put them all on top like this, and what they do is they withdraw cobblestone, because if I right click on here, you just right click on the thing and it puts the servo on this pipe. So this pipe says, I'm not gonna, it's not blacklisting anything, and you got to sit there and ignore red zone signals so that it's going to automatically work. It's going to withdraw up to 16 at a time, and it takes it out of this chest and all the way over here, and it just distributes the cobblestone, so I don't have to sit there and put cobblestone in each one of these. Really nice. And on the back, I'll show you what that does in a second. The cobblestone comes from this thing, this cobblestone generator. Let's find out what that is. Generator. Should be right down here. There it is. Now the neat thing with this is, I thought I was going to have to make these iron buckets, but you could make them out of clay. So this is an easy thing to make, actually. It's just clay bucket. We've done that before. And just like that, unfire. That's really easy to make. So I made the generators. I made 3 of them. And one of them is dedicated just to this. Puts into this chest here. And this wooden chest, it started as a wooden chest. And then you take a wooden chest and you surround it with iron. And it turns it into an iron chest and it doubles the space. And then you take the iron chest and surround it with gold. And it gives you this much space. A lot of space in here. So it's nice to have. So it just withdraws it all out. And I have a couple of generators over here as well. I also made a bed, but I don't think I've slept yet. It was just in case if something bad happens, I wanted to have a bed there. So, oops. I didn't want to take those. This one's filling up, and this one's filling up. So I got tons and tons, and I actually use it pretty quickly now. It's a neat thing how I do it. So I wanted lava. So the lava comes up, or I'm sorry, the cobblestone comes up, goes in here, and then on the back side, these withdraw, and it's not blacklisting anything. And these are just regular servos. They're not hardened servos because this doesn't really take out too much at a time. See, there's 731 liquid lava in there. These are plenty fast enough to do the trick. So this pulls all the lava out, and it sends it here, and I'll explain what that is in a second. And then it also sends it this way if there's space. It sends it into this stone barrel, which are easy to make, and they're important. So it sends lava into this stone barrel, and then it sends lava into this basic fluid tank, which is also easy to make. So let's find out what those are. We'll go tank and mechanism tank. I like the mechanism tanks, and it wasn't that hard to make either. 4 iron and 4 redstone. Beautiful. So it just pumps it into here. So it has like an overflow of 14, we'll call it buckets, because that's what it is. It's 14 millibuckets, 14,000 millibuckets. So then, this is where I start using lava for quite a few different things. I use it to smelt over there. I use it for this item, and I'll show you what I'm doing there. And I use it in here. This pumps lava out of here into this stone barrel, but only when I set it up so that it's not ignored. I have it so that I control it by putting this low. That's ignored. That's low. So I made a lever, and if I pull this lever, it's going to send lava into this stone barrel. There's a hopper on here that will withdraw physical items out of this barrel, but not liquids, and it puts it in here. Sure enough, it's going to turn it into obsidian really quickly too. Up top, I have a little half slabs not in a full circle, but just the ones that matter. And then I put a bucket of water on top, and it won't spill over the edges. There's the lava in there. We can see that. And it's not quite full. It's 700 millibucket, or almost a millibucket. Almost a full bucket. Watch this when it goes in here. So we have this much here. Now, anytime I want obsidian, turn that on. Look how fast it's doing it. It's just cranking along, pulling all out. I just sit here and just let it do its thing. And these are all full. Oh, not quite. It's already withdrawing now. That's nice. Okay. It's pulling all this stuff out. And there we have obsidian. Oops. I'll let it go. I don't mind. This one is a little bit different. If you take a piece of glowstone, and I could automate this as well, but I'm not to that point quite yet. And I could automate it. What I would do is I would put instead of a water on top, I'd put maybe like a hopper on top, and it would drop straight down this glowstone into this lava thing. And then when you put the lava or the glowstone in with the lava, look what happens. Boom. We get endstone. Endstone, which is perfect. It's used to grow those things, those little ender lilies, I think. That's what they're called. Yep. So then the endstone, I go like that. Let's see if we actually get anything. It's a very low chance. Here it is. Break it up, and now we get crushed endstone. And here's what we get if we used a diamond mesh. We have a 9% chance at some draconian ore, 13% chance of that, and a 52% chance of that. Not bad. Let's go do it. Let's go find out if we get something. Don't look over here, though, when we go in here. This is just the only diamond one I have so far. Once I get enough, I'm going to start replacing all those irons with diamonds. Where'd I put it? Right there. And let's see if we get anything. We got something. Another ender lily. What we should do at this point, don't look over there. What we should do at this point is let's grab one more, because we want to grow this thing. We'll put those up there. This one thing, it's kind of I'll just stick it in there for now. It's kind of bugging me. We'll put this in here. We'll get the end stone out of that. And now notice how that's not filling up anymore, because it's really just, there's some going in there, but it's really slow because this isn't fast enough to keep up at that speed. That's why I just turned this off. But we got quite a bit. And I don't know how much we're going to need in the end, but I wonder if you could sieve this stuff or anything. I don't know. Let's take a quick look. Is there anything interesting here? Oh, there's plenty of uses. Oh, there's the molten. We're going to be melting that down pretty soon. And I'm just looking through there. We could turn it back into lava. That'd be weird. So we just used lava to make it. And tons and tons of usages. Okay. And I want to go to the nether. Okay, so let's go do that. Is there a hole? Nope, no hole below us. So we put this here, and I believe these will eventually grow ender pearls, which are going to be nice to have. That way I'll just have a farm of these things, and I'll probably move them to a nicer spot. Maybe automate it somehow. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Okay. Ooh, I've got plenty of apple juice. That juicer just takes one apple to make a juice like that. And there we go. Okay, so we've explained this. Obsidian as much as I want, pretty much. There's the end stone. I will automate that once I get to the point where I have more end stone, glowstone, where I get a lot of it. Then we're over here. I wanted to make these plates and the blocks of iron. The blocks of iron, the recipe for that was to use a smeltery. Oops. To use a smeltery and melt iron ore and into a basin, and then you get the things. So I said, okay, what do we got to do to that? Well, even to get the blocks, let's see where I put the blocks. I put them right over here. To get these, you have to have these to make these. So I was like, oh boy, I can't make this type of smeltery. I have to make the beginner smeltery, which consists of these parts. Here we go. A porcelain tank, okay. A porcelain melter, a faucet, and then the basin. So let's go take a look at that. Porcelain. Let's see if it just comes up. There it is. Okay. Porcelain tank, porcelain melter, a basin, and a faucet. We're going to get the recipe. There's that. Oh, unfired, so we had to fire it. It's just the unfired porcelain. No problem. There's the same thing. Oh, the tank. Now you could do a heater, and that takes charcoal, but the problem is the charcoal won't get hot enough to melt iron. So I go with a tank, and that's why you need the lava. And was that a tank? Just double check. Yep. Porcelain tank. And it says allows the liquids from those place above a porcelain heater or tank to fuel. Okay. And there's the melter. We made that, and it takes one of those. And I stack it up like this. And then I come along and I'll put 3 in there. Just start it going. And it melts these down into the iron. And I made a bunch of those stone or those the seared bricks. I made a ton of those. And how I did that was I made the basin. I'm sorry, the casting table, and then an ingot, an ingot cast. This is kind of important. So to do that, you put the basin down like this, and then you put, let's say, you could make a gold ingot, you could make a clay ingot. You're going to lose whatever the ingot is that you're going to put in there. So you put this down like this, and then you have gold melting in here, usually 2 gold, and then you pour it out with the faucet. You click it, and bingo, you end up with this. And then you sit there and you just leave this cast on top of this casting table, and you pour the grout and it turns into those seared bricks. And the grout is made like this right here. Clay, gravel, and sand, and you get the grout. And oh my god, I made, I don't know, like 5 stacks of that. You can just pick this up, and we'll break this. And I usually just store this right back down here. Oops, not that though. Okay, so I made a bunch of seared bricks. I've put them over there. The reason I did that was for the smeltery. Seared bricks. Because I need all these to build this whole smeltery to be able to do the future things. So right now you start with this smeltery, this little mini one, and I feed lava right into it. Before I was using buckets to put it in there, but it only has 4 buckets worth of stuff, and it kind of goes through quickly. So what I did was, I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So it just puts these in it. If you get a lot of stuff, you make a hopper, a little chest on top, then it'll feed the things in. And then I made a clicker, this redstone clock. You can put a lever on there and it'll turn it off and on, but right now it's automatically on. And let's find out how we make that clock. This is really important too. It's worth making it, that's for sure. You need a redstone torch, that's easy to make, some rocks, a stone, but this is a little bit trickier. You have to make this you have to fire this up and smelt it in a regular furnace. So I needed a lot of redstone, 32 redstone, not a lot, but enough. And you make this clock. And what it does is every so often it automatically sends a little, like a right click onto the faucet so that it automates it. So it pours what's ever in there into here. Then there's a hopper in the bottom, and it pulls it out and puts it in there. So this is an automated setup, and you could do stuff like, you could do this too. Let's see. Combine it. There we have 2 lead. There we go. And it just automatically pulls it out. And, oh, that's not going to be good though, is it? because that's I don't want a block of lead. But if I put my basin back over here, I can actually cook the, if you don't have enough charcoal, you can actually use lava and then just use your casting table with the cast and make ingots that way. And it makes them fast and it's nice. Oh, let's put that back in there. Okay, so we've explained that. Let's do that. Let's talk about this now. This is an emerald furnace. We'll go into furnace. Okay, to make that, and this is a quest too. Basically, you make an iron furnace, take a regular furnace, surround it with that. Then an iron furnace, surround it with this. Then diamond with that. And then emerald with that. And what it does is it cooks fast-ish, not really super fast, but fast, but it doesn't use very much charcoal at all. I was impressed by how very little charcoal it used. So I put on the side of this thing, I put a hopper, and if I need more charcoal, which I really don't, that would feed charcoal into here. And then I just put whatever I want, like these things. Let's say I have this one, and that, and that. There we go. This should be plenty for now. Let's do those up and watch what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've just turned them into little nuggets. I could put it in the top, and it'll just feed straight down into it. Puts them right into here, drops them into here, cooks them up. That's pretty fast, but it doesn't use very much. See how slow that burn timer is going down? It's probably 4 to 8 times as efficient. And I'll explain where I'm getting the charcoal from next. And how are we doing? Ooh, we're getting up there in time. There's a lot to explain here. And then it pulls it out from the bottom. And that's what you got to put it in from the side for the charcoal to go into this spot. From the top, the chunks, and then pull from the bottom. And it should work that way. Alrighty. Next up, I went crazy with this, and I'll show you why on that. We'll just do 2 of these, just for fun, because it's going to be a lot of stuff. So I took 2 of those. I should have put those back. I should have took them out of here. There we go. Drop that off. Throw those over there because we really don't need them. Trying to empty that wooden chest full. We'll put these away. These are my blocks, and these are my items that I use, so I'll just kind of stick those in there. Looks good. Put those there for now. And this is how I've been doing this. Oh, we can put this one away. And we're going to drop this down. This is a diamond wand. It lasts a long time, and I have enough diamonds where I can actually use these. It just makes it so much easier. It's worth it. It's a quality of life thing. So, what I usually do is I take 8 stacks of these. I only do this many now. And I come along over here, and I just drop these here. And then I jump up, and I put 2 levels here. And then I just see how it just expands it and expands it. That's all of them. So they're already placed. And then I use my iron hammer. There we go. And now I've just made all that into, and I used to do 8 stacks in one big swoop. Then I come in here. This is the neat part. This is what I've made. All iron meshes so far. These will be turned into diamond as soon as I get enough, but I think it's, what is it? There's 64 of these, so I need, probably either 240 or 360 diamonds. So it's cool. I'm a ways away yet. But it's so nice because I can just go like this. Boom. And I sieve an entire stack at once. And it fills up your inventory quite fast. I built this up so it doesn't spit them all out if you don't have the room on you. And you can just do this and kind of bunch everything back up. And when you do 8 stacks of cobblestone and do it into gravel, you'll get so many of these things. It's so nice. And then I just jump right over here and pop them in, and they're ready to cook. And then I put the excess right in here. And I've been putting the weird things like these things down on this one. But there's some nice diamonds. We'll put that up there. But you saw how easy that was to do that many. And I usually do 8 at a time, 8 stacks. So that gives me 2 stacks of iron, 2 full stacks of 64 of iron. It's just so nice. These are nice too, the little item frames. So 8 by 8, I think it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 8 by 8, 64, and it does the full stacks. It's beautiful. It's a fun thing to do. And I'll put this back up here. Bang. And I'm gonna get some more of these item frames, and you know, like the wrench or the hammer I'll put over here, and I'll just put the things that I use occasionally right there. It's just nice to have. Maybe a backup stack of stuff. It's kind of neat to have. Okay. These things are almost done growing. I wish I would show you how far. Pretty close. Now, let's find out what I did with. We've explained all that. It's a really nice system. It's got lava. It's got smeltery with the iron blocks. It's cooking up the ores. Makes the dusts in the little quartz things. Storage is there. Little crafting table. Everything's nice. And we've got automated obsidian. And whatchamacallit over there. We'll even turn that on and let's make some more. And it's so nice. I just walk over there and flick a switch, and it's making obsidian for me. Beautiful thing. Let's come take a look at what we got over here. And I think these hurt you if you walk on them. Let's find out. Yep, I remember that from years and years ago. Okay, a sink. I wanted endless water. So to do that, we made a sink. I think I made 2 of them actually. Sink. Just like this. You get your bucket back, so I made a plate. And the plate you can make just like this. Right on the casting table. And you just make a plate cast. And to do that, you would make, I used a clay plate. Out of an unfired clay plate, and then I put it on I'll show you, I put it on the plate cast on the table, and then you just dump the iron in there, and then you've got an iron bucket, which is used. Well, you need it for this. So then I made the couple sinks. I have one stored over there. And what this does is it withdraws water, and this is a regular servo. It doesn't have to be the hardened one. A regular servo, and losing my voice, a fluid duct, and it goes into a wooden barrel of water. And what you do is, I can't do that. It's dust. If you put dust in the wooden barrel, we saw that earlier, we get clay. Well, I just come over here. If I get a bunch of dust, I'll put 5 stacks in here, and it puts it in the water, withdraws the item. It won't withdraw the water. Withdraws the item as clay, and I don't have to do anything. So it's just dust, and I throw it in there, come back, I've got a bunch of clay. And it's really fast too. It's if I put a is there a hard is that a hard if I put a hardened one on here it'd be even faster. But I don't need to. No reason. So that's that one. Then I wanted to automate dirt. And this is kind of neat, and I put the little signs on there too. So that's clay, and then I put the item frame with the dirt and the leaves. Now you can put quite a few different things in here. You can put apples, worms, all kinds of things. And let's go see what we've got over here. I'll explain this in a second. Is that all the sticks we have in there? No. Oh, I'll take the sticks out. Sorry. I don't want sticks. I want apples. How many apples do we have? We have 9 stacks. There, I'll leave 4. It looks like we have 1 stack of saplings. How many stacks of looks like 3 stacks. 1, 2, 3. And I've locked these with I'll explain this in a second. I've locked all these so that even if you take all of them out of there, it'll still leave the leaf in there, so it knows to put leaves in this. The only thing that can go in each of these are the things that are on the front of it. So let's go put this in the magic barrel. And this drops it from here, into here, into here, and then it slowly-ish turns that into dirt. But this is just running, and I don't have to think about it. Drops it in. When it's full and actually dirt, it pulls it out, puts it right in there, and then I have pretty much, not endless dirt, but plenty of dirt. And that's what that's doing. So, we're almost there. There's quite a bit to explain. We know that's a furnace. So then we come back to this. I wanted to automate the saplings, the trees. So let's do that. Let's just break that thing. Can I break this without messing everything up? Don't know. And did I get all the pieces back? Yes. Okay. This one's easy to make. Bricks, which are just fired clay. We know how to make clay. And you just put a regular bonsai pot with a hopper underneath. Hopper's made just like that. And you put this on top of a chest. So I shift right click, and then I shift right click again. Oh, not that way. Do that correctly. Just right click, and right click whatever sapling you have. And look at that. And it just grows pretty fast too. And it drops all the content into there. Now, this would normally be really full, but it's not because it's pulling everything out. And what it does is, these are the hardened servos and regular item ducts, not fluid ducts, because it's pulling items out. So it's pulling all the items that it can get out of here, as long as there's a space. So then it looks and it says, hey, if there's a spot in this, all of this, if there's a spot where sticks go, or apples, or these things go, and that's what is grown in these pots, pull it out of this chest and send it there. And it does that for all 4 of these. And then it says, hey, is there a spot for oak wood? Yes, there is. Is there oh. I know what happened here. This is not fast enough. So what it should be here, this is too fast. See how the wood is there now? And it doesn't know how to cook apples, of course. Let's go put this apple back. What I'll do to fix this is I'll say, hey, let's put a maybe one of these boxes over each of these, and it'll be filled with, it'll be labeled as wood only, and then it'll be withdrawn from the bottom, so I'll have to put it up another level. It'll withdraw and drop it into the top, just wood, and that'll fix it so that it can't put the wrong item in there, and that should fix it. Because these things cook so fast now that there was space. Before, when they were regular furnaces, it wasn't cooking them fast enough. And then on the bottom, it withdraws. This is kind of neat. It withdraws the charcoal. But because this is closer, it puts charcoal back into the thing. So I'm cooking this into charcoal, and then it puts it here. Now it wants to pull it out, but there's no space because this is full. Oh, I did get a cooked apple. Wonder what that's for. Well, I don't want to do that. Culinary generator. Interesting. Maybe I will cook some apples sometime. But that's what it's doing. And it pulls out and puts it back in. So it auto stocks itself with the charcoal. And is this out? Oh, wow, it is, because there. All right. So this thing's getting too full. The charcoal gets put in here, put in through the side, in the back side. So it makes sure these always have plenty of charcoal. I could probably increase the speed on these so it uses more charcoal, but let's see if we can actually, let's turn these into gold chests. Ooh, the lilies are almost done. Well, we'll just take that. And I think it's an iron. This is an upgrade instead of crafting. So, here we go. Make a circle like that. We want to upgrade 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to, even though that's 5, this is 3, so it'll only make 3, because that's all it can. And those don't stack. There we go. And I'll just put this back. And I'm going to get a better organizational thing, but so far so good on this. So now you just right click on that with that in your hand, turns it into a gold one. Because right now you only have this, well, there's nothing in there. Now we have that much space. Here's a good example. Completely full. What was it doing? It was fragmented carbon. It was making all kinds of weird stuff, wasn't it? Now, there's not enough space. Now there's way more space. And now it'll start pulling out of here. See how it's pulling these out, 16 at a time. And because this is full and this is full, it puts it over here. We'll put these in here. That might be a good fuel source for something. Maybe, I don't know. What are these things? Galactic craft? I cooked something on accident. Let's take the rest of these. And those, put these up here. And we should be able to break one side, not both. Nope. Oh. I thought I put it in the right one. There we go. I'm just storing that for there for a second. Oop, wrong one. And just like that. Okay, now let's go grab more of this stuff. Let's grab as much as we can. We should have plenty of space, right? And now we're going to be cooking up tons of this rock. Just like that. Hold shift and just click down. There was an app, a little mod add-on that let you double click and it would send all the stuff in there. Now it's going to be cooking and it's going to be filling these up. And it's only doing 8 at a time? Yep. I probably should fix this servo. Let's do it. How we do that? We're going to peel that thing off. Where's the tool? There's the tool. We need 1 invar. Invar. We could actually search by going like this. Invar. Double click down on the bottom. I can actually. There it is. and then you double click, takes off so it just highlights the item for you. Let's go break that off, and that way it'll start putting these in here quickly. Although it's probably not needed, but still I want to do it just for fun. Whoa, didn't mean to break all of those things. That's okay. And we're going to upgrade the servo so it pulls out twice as fast, plus a little faster than that actually. Right click on that, and right now it's off. We have to turn it on by saying ignore the signal, just do it all the time. Sure enough, whoa, it's pulling out faster. Come on, there. Both are full now. Both are cranking along. We're going to have tons and tons of stone, which we can do a lot of things with. Make more of these. I'd like to maybe mix it up with different stones so that there's some kind of differentiation. But that is what we've been doing. There's so much more to go, as you can tell. I mean, we've barely... the simple achievements. Some seeds and stuff. Solar power. Bonsai, all that. Didn't we get that? Interesting. Go back up to the top. I mean, we've done a lot, and I mean, I'm just barely scraping the surface. I haven't even got into actually additions, the black quartz, gamma. There's so much stuff. It is amazing. This is really cool. I'm gonna have maybe like a staircase. Do we have elevators in here? Oh, not elevators. Ooh, very cool. Open block elevators. That way I can maybe put like right here, and then I can just jump and I'll be up on that level, and that's where I'll put the water and the fishing thing up on the roof up there, because it'll be cool. This is so nice to have. 64 at a time is just amazingly fast. So I've got lots to do. Got a lot of these to replace. Got more sieving to do, but the sieving goes so fast when you have 8 at a time like that. I'm going to make some more item frames, and that is with the leather, which is with the string. Amazing stuff. What? I'll just put that in there. I got to make the use these seared bricks to make a better smeltery. Where should I put that? I'll probably put it, the lava going out this way. Is there a way I can get the lava? Yeah, I could just shoot the lava right over. Easy. I could shoot the lava right down here and into its tank, and maybe make the big smeltery over here. I don't know how big, but I want it pretty big. But it's looking nice. It's a nice open area. It's pretty clean, and lots more to work on. So I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun. Oh, the lilies. I'm going to have my first ender pearls pretty soon too. Have a good one and enjoy. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask down below, or if any comments say, or like, hey, you're making these things wrong, do it this way, and I will be happy to do that. Or if you want me to try something else, or go deeper into one mod versus another, but I'm just kind of doing the quests and figuring things out and building stuff up, and it's a lot of fun. Got to get into the nether. I never liked the nether, but I know I've got to get down in there and go into it. I'm actually gonna have some leather armor maybe, and then improve it a little bit as well. It'll be funny. Have a good one, and I'll have some apple juice. And have a good one. Nice, guys. So much to do. And it's the 34th day with no sleeping and no AFK time either. So it's been a lot of stuff. I like doing this.